This system will scale your high ticket business to over $100,000 a month, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can implement it. Now, if you've been trying to scale your high ticket business, you've probably realized that it doesn't work like it used to. You spent thousands of dollars on meta ads just to get low quality leads and unpredictable results. The truth is that people view paid ads as salesy and authentic. You've also probably tried sending hundreds of cold DMs or emails and realized that that's impossible to scale. The truth is that cold outreach positions you as a seller and not as an authority. To position yourself as an authority, you need to leverage your personal brand because, as we all know, attention is the new currency. This system isn't going to be implemented in your business itself. It's going to be implemented in your personal brand so that you're able to leverage that to increase touch points with your audience, which will then cause you to build more authority, which will then drive you more leads, which will book you more calls, which will close you more clients, which will get you to that $100,000 a month that you're looking for. Now, have you ever wondered how people like Andrew Tate, Luke Belmar, and Iman Gadzhi were all able to leverage their personal brands to get so much reach and authority? It's because they all implemented the same exact system, and that is the mass distribution system. Now, the mass distribution system allows you to take an existing piece of content, repurpose it, and then redistribute it on short form hundreds and hundreds of times, essentially giving your content multiple lives. Because a lot of people have the misconception that once you record and post a piece of content, that's it, and that's the end of the lifespan for that content. But that's actually not true because you can repurpose it and then redistribute it lots and lots of times. Now, here's an example, just real quickly, that I can show you with Iman Gadzhi, who literally, you can see this is the same thumbnail for all these videos, but they're all repurposed a little bit differently. And you can see because of that, he got 11 million views, 7.9 million views, and then 8.3 million views, all from one video. And I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same and implement the same system into your personal brand. Now, there's three components of mass distribution, and that's creating a good clip, packaging it, and then actually distributing it. Now, as for creating a good clip, there's a couple things that you need to know. First is the concept of evergreen content, and to actually focus on creating evergreen content. Evergreen content is basically content that remains relevant long after it's made. So you want to be making content that can be posted for 3, 4, 5 years after you record it, and it's still going to be relevant for that time. Now, the problem with trend chasing is that content tied to a specific trend becomes obsolete once the trend fades, requiring constant creation of new material to stay relevant. Now, it's fine to create a couple videos here and there about trends, but don't tailor your entire personal brand around trend chasing because that's going to end up hurting the longevity of your content in the long run. Also know that the clips that perform best have very high emotion and are able to evoke these emotions from the viewer effectively. And some of those emotions are aspiration, motivation, excitement, humor, curiosity, and shock. So if you're able to evoke those in the viewer during your videos, then your content is going to be golden. Now, there's a couple formats of content that you can actually create, and I'm going to share them with you. The first one being the podcast style, and that's exactly what it sounds like. You're in a podcast studio, either being interviewed or in there by yourself, just spitting some game into the mic. And these are going to come off as very authentic to who you are. They can also be valuable, like I said, if you're spitting game, very valuable to the viewer. Or if you're feeling your unfiltered raw take on something, it can be controversial as well and evoke that emotion of shock from the viewer. Now, the second style of content that you can make is the raw footage or B-roll. And this is anytime you're filming travel clips, working clips, car clips, or just any other lifestyle clips. I also threw YouTube vlogs in here as well, even though I know they're kind of more like polished and obviously edited for YouTube, but I still consider them raw clips and they can be considered this raw footage category. Now, the last style of content is the phone talking head, And this is literally just where you're picking up your phone and recording on the spot whatever's on your mind. And these can also be controversial or have a value add to them. So this is what it looks like. Here we have TJR just picks up the phone and starts filming. And then same here with Zach Yetagari, also did the same thing. So once you filmed multiple pieces of evergreen content, the second component of mass distribution are actually packaging all those pieces of content together. So some of the best combinations of styles that work together are the podcast and B-roll. So that's, you have the podcast clip here, and then you're throwing your B-roll over it that matches with whatever you're talking about in that voiceover. And then you also have the talking head plus B-roll. So you can see we have Brez here, just picked up the phone, starts recording, and then also throwing over the B-roll that relates to whatever you're talking about in that clip as well. And then there's also the raw footage plus trending audio plus caption. So this is where you're, again, putting on that B-roll, putting a lifestyle clip, a clip of you working, and then just putting some sort of caption over it in a trending audio. And here's a couple examples of those. And then you have the YouTube vlog clip. And I'm going to show you that more in-depth example from Eman Gotsi. So you can see here, he literally took, I'll show you this clip from his YouTube video. Play the first couple of seconds, but he literally took that clip from his long form piece of content on YouTube and then was able to repurpose it into multiple clips that got him millions and millions of views on short form. And I'll show you here on TikTok just kind of how they were repurposed. So here's the first clip. And this one literally just looks like the raw clip with captions added over it. So let's take a look at the second one here real quick. This one's a little bit longer, a minute 12.
Yeah, bro. Again,
And this one's literally just taking more content, like a longer clip from that YouTube video. And then the third one, okay, so same beginning clip. And then yeah, this one has that kind of like B-roll edit in it of the Maybach. And then this was also repurposed for Instagram as well. You can see this one got 14K likes. This one got 60K likes. This one got 500K likes. And it's crazy, this was all literally from one piece of content from his long form YouTube. He was able to get over 30 million views from this single piece of content, which is absolutely insane. Now you can clearly see the power of Eman's distribution system, but he spends over $250,000 a month on his in-house distribution team, and he also has to pay that price whether he ends up getting views or not. So although these videos performed great for him, not every single video is going to perform like that. Now there's a better way that you can actually implement the same system, but do it on a performance-based rate. So that brings us to our third component of mass distribution, which is the actual distribution. And this is that performance-based mass distribution system I was just kind of telling you about. So here, the editors are only getting paid out based on the amount of views that they generate you. So you're not having to spend all that money with just guessing on how the performance is going to do. Now the goal here is to break the algorithm with the volume of content that is being posted. And in my opinion, the absolute best way to do this right now is running a mass distribution campaign through WAP. And they have this app called Content Rewards that allows anyone just to come in and launch these campaigns. So how this works is you pretty much deposit like kind of like an ad spend budget. It's not actual paid ads, but it's getting paid out towards these editors. And then people are going to come in and repurpose and re-upload your content for you. But the thing here is that they're going to do all the posting, and it's going to be on their own short form channels that they manage themselves, and they're all going to be tailored towards your personal brands. And then like I was saying, they only get paid out based on the amount of views that they generate for you. So your budget isn't being wasted on content that doesn't perform. It's only getting paid out on videos that get views. Also, these are completely organic because like I was saying, even though ad spend, they're still being posted organically through TikTok and Instagram. So you're still benefiting from getting completely organic views The viewer is going to feel like those videos are authentic pieces of content. And this is by far the highest leverage way to maximize the lifespan of your existing content. So now I'm going to kind of give you a brief overview of how to set up one of these campaigns. And it's very simple. You just go and create an account on WAP. I'm assuming a lot of you might already have one, but if you don't, just go and create an account. And then on this side, there'll be like the dashboard, or if you don't have the dashboard yet, I'm pretty sure it'll say something like make a new WAP. But if you already have an account and already have a dashboard, just go to this plus button here, and then it'll pop up. Just click create new business, and then fill out the name of it. Name it something like whatever your name is, and then like clips, and then just finish that onboarding process. And then it'll take you to the main page of your WAP, and you want to go to the App Store over here, and then look for this Content Rewards app. This is what, like I was saying, is going to allow you to run the actual campaign. So you just want to add that. Then there'll be an option for you to create a new campaign, and then it'll bring up this screen here. So just set the campaign name again, clip for whatever your name is, and then you want to set a campaign budget here. A budget between $5,000 and $10,000 is still going to get you millions and millions of views. Also know that the higher budget you have, the more incentivized people are going to be to come and create content for you, because they're going to see that kind of as like increased job security, just the higher budget you have. Also, people are going to be more incentivized the higher CPM you have, so the amount you pay out per 1,000 views. But there's a trick that you can use to lower your CPMs to 60 to 80 cents, even though it's set at $3 here. If you set this maximum payout, this means that even if a video gets millions and millions of views, it'll only end up being paid out this amount. So that one video isn't going to eat up the entire budget and is going to end up lowering your effective CPMs to that 60 to 80 cent rate that I was saying. Then you also want to come in here and put in your content drive. So any raw footage you have, or just link your YouTube and Instagram in here for people to come and take that content as well. And then I would also recommend putting on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. I don't really run any campaigns with X, but I'll just recommend these three. And then also make sure you're setting content requirements just for setting guidelines of how people should actually post, or how people should actually create their content. And some recommended requirements that I have is the content can't make you look bad. The accounts have to be a dedicated page towards you. And then no like directly stealing clips from either your page or other people in the campaign. And then also, this is a big one, no view botting. WAP has very good view bot detection systems in there already, so this shouldn't even be an issue. But just make that clear that you obviously can't view bot the campaign. Now, a good way to actually get people in the campaign to distribute for you is first going to be that WAP Discover page, like I was telling you about here. As soon as you deposit your budget, your campaign is going to show up on this Discover page, and a ton of people are going to come in and start creating content for you. Another great way to get people in your campaign is by doing a story post. So something simple you can do to put on your story is just say, hey, running a mass distribution campaign for my personal brand and wanted to give my followers the first opportunity to help clip for me. The reason you want to put it out to your story and put it out to your followers is that your followers are going to know how to create content for you a lot better than just some random person on WAP, because they're going to feel like they know you more than some random person on WAP. So just to review everything, the mass distribution system is the new playbook for scaling high-ticket businesses. You just focus on creating one high-value piece of content, and then the system turns it into hundreds of opportunities for one, people to discover you, and then two, for you to build an authority. Now, if you want this system implemented, completely done for you, we will set up and manage the entire campaign and community for you. You'll get access to our existing network of editors who know how to create quality content. We'll just send them all to the mass distribution campaign. And then we also handle quality control on every single video, making sure that the ones that get approved are meeting the standards and your budget is only going towards high quality videos. We also help you with content strategy for the campaign so that you can grow both your personal brand and your leads generated. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, feel free to book a call in the description. Or if you have any more questions, you can send me a DM on Instagram and I'll answer that as soon as possible. Thank you all for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you all found this helpful in some way, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day.